So, good evening, happy Valentine's Day. I suppose it's a happy Valentine's Day if you're a Liverpool fan, like Rabber in the chat. Evening to you and evening to everybody else. But Man City have been banned from Champions League football for 2 years. So what does that mean for Arsenal? It means absolutely fuck all for Arsenal. So that's the end of the stream. See you later. I swear. Oh dear, oh dear. Listen, all jokes aside, it doesn't actually mean anything for Arsenal. It means nothing. We're currently 8 points off of fifth. Not only that, it's subject to a appeal, which they will win, probably. Although saying that, AC Milan didn't win their appeal, but they are going to appeal it. It's already common knowledge that they're going to appeal it. I've been online. Probably the worst thing I could have done was go on Twitter. Jesus Christ. I swear to God. Our Arsenal fans, right, wind me up so much more than any other fan base. We are the divviest fan base by a mile, by an absolute country mile. Oh, yes, Man City finally getting their comeuppance. Say all the same people on Twitter that I've seen tonight that are sitting there begging our owner to do what Sheikh Mansour's done. Do they not engage their brain? Have they even got a brain? Yeah, because it's absolutely ridiculous, some of the crap I've seen. I've seen people sitting there tonight saying, oh, well, if we can win a few games in a row, and if Tottenham and Chelsea, and do me a favour, seriously, right? We're now relying on this ban being upheld and staying in, right? It also makes a complete mockery of pretty much all of these people's arguments against financial fair play being non-existent. Because, it's financial fair play doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. Well, it clearly does, because AC Milan have been done for it. That ban was upheld, and they're serving their ban. Man City have been found guilty of breaking financial fair play rules, and they're going to appeal it. Now, I think they'll probably get off of 2 years. I think it'll probably be reduced to 1. It could just be a points deduction. It might not even be a Champions League ban. So I don't know why everyone's getting their knickers in a twist and getting all excited. We're currently 10th in the league, 8 points behind Sheffield United, who are sitting 5th. So does anyone think we're catching them? Genuinely. I don't. At least have a go, obviously. At least try and win every single game. But does anyone genuinely think that we're going to get Champions League? The only way we're getting Champions League is if we win the Europa League. And as it stands right now, I don't see us doing that either. So I don't understand why everyone's getting so excited. It ain't going to be, the ban is not going to, it's not probably going to be a 2-year ban. Everyone's going, oh, well, Pep's going to leave. That's the end of City. Well, it's not really, is it? Let's be real. Yeah. It was supposed to be, the end of Tottenham when Jose took over there. Well, they've gone from 4 or 5 points behind us to on the cusp of a top 4 place right now. But he was washed up. Ancelotti, well, we didn't want Ancelotti because now he's washed up as well. He's done an 11-point swing in the same amount of games as Arteta, from behind us to above us. I think they were 6 behind us. They're now 5 above us, and they've actually played harder teams than we have. So when I read, I shouldn't go on Twitter, seriously. I genuinely shouldn't read anything on that platform. It is just full of divs that will do anything. They would sell their nan to get a retweet and a like. Yeah, and it is just embarrassing at times. And like I said, some of the stuff I've seen tonight, it's not just us, it's Man United fans as well. Man United fans are getting all giddy over it as well, and like trying to make out ways that they can do that. Listen, let's be real here. Arsenal and Man United, the only way they're getting Champions League football next season is by winning the Europa League. And only one of us can do that. And there's plenty of other teams in it that can win it as well. Ajax being one of them. Inter Milan, they're doing all right this season. They're currently top of Serie A. Rejuvenated under Conte, who knew? He's took them from 21 points behind Juve when he took over to sitting top of the table above them. So I don't really get it. Right, at the end of the day, yeah, Pep might leave at the end of the season. It don't really change anything. I think he was going to leave anyway. And I don't think that the 2-year ban will be a 2-year ban. Like I said, they've been fined £24 million, which is more than we've spent this transfer window just finished, by the way. And in fact, we've probably wasted £24 million on the last 4 loan signings we've signed. The 2 we've signed this winter, we've probably paid out about 5 million plus wages. So that's probably going to total about 10 million quid. Then if you add in Danny Ceballos, that's probably about another 7-8 million pound that we've thrown into him. And then throw in Denis Suarez. We've probably done about 24 million pound in loans. They're paying that in one ban. Oh, here you go. Here's the fine. Yeah. And this all comes back to apparently when they did their sponsorship deal, that the owner, the Sheikh of Sheikh Mansour, apparently has only taken £8 million out of the 60 million or whatever it is, and that's only come out of Etihad. The rest of it's come out of his own personal wealth, apparently. Like I say, I don't know the full ins and outs of it, but at the same time, we're not getting top 4. Let's be real here. Yeah, if anybody thinks we're getting top 4, based on what? Please tell me. We've won 6 games all season. You know, it ain't happening. Just because Man City have got a ban on paper that probably won't go all the way through. I do think they will stay banned. I don't think it'll be 2 years. And if they don't stay banned, like I said, it could be a points deduction, which means that we still ain't getting top 4, because that'd drop them down. They might finish outside the top 4 if that happened. But at the same time, let's say we finished 5th and they were still going through their appeal process. We go 5th, everyone's going to get the fucking bunting out and the party poppers and build a statue for Arteta outside. And then they win their appeal and we're in the Europa League again. We ain't getting Champions League, and we definitely ain't getting it via Man City's cock-up. So why is everyone getting so overhyped about it? We're closer to the bottom than we are to the top. So, you know, I just think everyone needs to calm down. Like I said, Arsenal fans online, or a lot of Arsenal fans online, not all of them, a lot of Arsenal fans online are divs, absolute divs that will come up with the biggest load of crap you will ever hear in your life. You know, I've seen some of the comments on Arsenal's tweets about, oh, we're going on a win streak now, we're going to do the, based on what? Based on nothing other than the fact. I see something earlier, right, where it was Ian Wright. Yeah, let me put this out there. Ian Wright. Let me find this because I screenshotted it earlier. Somebody sent it to me, and I then put it on my Instagram story. Right, where is it? Ian Wright slams delusional Unai Emery in a lengthy rant over his Arsenal comments. Do you remember when Ian Wright called a banner muggy? Yeah, well, I think his comments about Unai Emery are muggy. But of course, he has to put them comments out there because he wants to keep his little perks at the club. He's not gonna go against Arteta, is he? Because then he might not get a little champagne lunch at the club. Yeah, it's very similar to how Nigel Winterburn wouldn't answer any questions on this season when he went on the podcast the other night on Sonny's channel. He refused to answer a single question. He told him beforehand, I'm not answering a question about this season. Yeah, the quicker these players start jumping all over it and actually saying what we know is right, yeah, and what I know and what I can see, rather than just keeping their perks, the quicker our fans stop sitting on social media acting like complete twats, because Man City have been banned. All of a sudden, that means we're going to suddenly win games, does it? Come on, seriously. You know, it's just ridiculous. It's just pathetic. And like I said, Arsenal fans, I can't stand them. I genuinely can't. Not all of them, obviously. But a large percentage of Arsenal fans, I cannot stand them, more so than any other fan base. Most deluded, most fanboys. The biggest amount of BS comes out of their lips. Comes out on their fingertips when they're typing. It is just absolutely ridiculous. This ban means absolutely nothing to Arsenal. Nothing. We've got to get ahead of 5 other teams to even stand a chance of getting Champions League. And we're going to do that how exactly? Yeah, we've got 13 games of this season left. We've got 39 points to play for. We've got Wolves, we've got Leicester, we've got Tottenham, and we've got Liverpool, all back to back. We've got Everton as well before that, actually. So I don't know where people suddenly think we're going to start winning all these games from. You know, it's this. Oh, we've got Man City as well, by the way, which needs to be rescheduled. So there's 6-7 games straight away that we can probably sit here and write off, or maybe get a few draws, maybe nick a win against one of them. But out of them 7 games, how many are we actually going to win? Against Everton? against Wolves, against Leicester, against Tottenham, against Liverpool, and against Man City. How many of them games, how many points are we going to get out of them games? I guarantee we don't even get half the points available in them games. So I don't know why everyone's getting their knickers in a twist about Pep getting the ban and Man City getting a ban, because it means absolutely nothing to us. More chance of Sheffield United getting Champions League. Sheffield United. But there we go. Anyway, that's my little mini rant over. Thank you, J-Rob, for your donation, buddy. I appreciate that. Thank you also to Rabba. Next year, we'll see Real Madrid at Bramall Lane. Well, you never know. You never actually know, my friend. Evening to Mohammed. Abbas, hope you're good, mate. When Liverpool visit the Etihad, I want a guard of honour for the title and Pep to be forced to clean our trophy with them on the sidelines as punishment. Well, listen, it's now done. You've won a title, isn't it? It's now a case of how embarrassing it gets for everybody else. And it's already kind of embarrassing. But listen, at the same time, that you fully deserve to win the league. You've dropped 2 points all season. That is just ridiculously good. So nobody can compete, man. Not even Man City with all their money. And like I said earlier, it makes a mockery of all the Arsenal fans that have sat there and said about financial fair play not being an actual thing, because it quite clearly is now, isn't it? It quite clearly is. So all these people that sit there and say, yeah, we're a classy football club. We're so classy. Yeah, we don't need a sheikh. We don't need a Roman Abramovich. And then they all sit online begging for Stan Kroenke to get his checkbook out. And now they're all sitting online tonight going, well, that'll teach them, wouldn't it? When they all want Stan to do the same. The divs, seriously. Conte is a world-class coach, no doubt about it. Evening, Alexander. I hope you're well, mate. Dominic says, you're way too negative. Well, go and enjoy your Valentine's night then, mate. Get some tissues. In fact, I'll actually build a boat, mate, and sail it on your tears. How's that sound? I swear to God. Big up from Canada, says Pat. So thank you, mate. Evening to you. Happy Valentine's to everybody, by the way. Whatever it is you're doing, whether you've got a boyfriend, a girlfriend, single, I hope you're having a wicked day. Arsenal haven't ruined our day yet, so fingers crossed they don't ruin the weekend. They've ruined quite a few weekends this season, so let's hope they don't ruin this one. Don't mess with UEFA. I'm waiting for somebody to come out. So obviously UEFA have put this in, but I'm waiting for somebody to come out and say Arsene Wenger's done it again. Yeah, I'm waiting for that one. But there we go. Way too pessimistic. We'll enjoy your Valentine's. Yeah, at the end of the day, I'm a realist, mate. I don't live in a bubble of delusion or fake positivity for the sake of a couple of retweets. I say it as it is, mate. And if most people said it as it is, we wouldn't be sat 10th with a bunch of bang average players at our team. We wouldn't have ex-players of the club legends, sitting there covering up the actual truth and what they actually really think, just to keep their perks at the club, like being flown on pre-season tours or getting a nice champagne dinner. And if they actually started saying it as it is and actually saying what they think, instead of what the club want them to say, or they want to protect what they've got so the club don't ban them. Because like I said to anybody who missed the stream yesterday, fact, 100% fact, last couple of seasons under Arsene Wenger, Tony Adams, I don't know if he's still banned now, was banned from going to the Emirates. Fact. I know it's a fact. The only time he could go there was if he was on media duty. Yeah, fact. But then you get other ex-players that want to sit there sucking the club off, and then they get flown all around to Singapore, to Australia, to America. Yeah, but they don't sit there slagging the club off, do they? So the club are going to look after them ones, aren't they? Yeah, because they're nice. They're nice people. And then our fans sit there and go, yeah, great, wicked, brilliant. And then when you've got somebody like Ian Wright coming out slagging off Unai Emery for saying it as it is, by the way, because I fully believe what he said in that article about some of the players wanted to take more than they give. And I fully agree with that. 100%. It's blatantly obvious. You know, there's a lot of players. And then as soon as he drops the top earner at the football club, our divvy fans go into meltdown and start crying about it. Oh, but he's dropped Mesut Ozil. Yeah, because he could see the light the geezer's done and has been for a long time. But Ultimately, he got sacked because he weren't good enough, which I do agree with. He should have been sacked. He actually should have been sacked a little bit earlier. But at the same time, what he's saying is right. So why is Ian Wright coming out saying that it's and gone into a mad rant about him? Yeah, because he wants to keep his perks. Yeah, fact and reality is a lot of this squad are rotten to the core. Yeah, that's a fact. If people are getting upset by that, don't watch it. Innit? It's pretty simple. I say it as it is. I ain't dressing up nothing. Yeah, the fact is we're 10th in the table, 6 wins all season, and people want to go on like we're about to get Champions League. Do me a favour. Did Ancelotti really call Mesut Ozil a bitch? Yes, he did. He knew. He knew back in 2013, mate. Arsenal banned from Champions League, but that's because we're shite and bottle it every year. Evening, Sergio. Anybody who's joining late, Man City have got a 2-year ban from competing in the Champions League. It is also a fine as well, a £24 million fine. And this comes back to breaking financial fair play rules, which, like I said earlier, a lot of our fans don't believe are a thing. Well, they are, because Man City have been banned. They are going to appeal it. And that is a lengthy process. It's going to take a lot of time. So we might not even know at the end of the season whether they're banned or not. They might win their appeal. They might end up with a points deduction. They might end up with just a massive fine or a transfer ban or something like that. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. Let's read some more of these out. Do drive the likes up, people. I'd appreciate that. 410 people watching. 72 of you have liked it. Keep it real, mate. Big fan. Chelsea fan. Haters delusional. Mate, listen, at the end of the day, I say it as it is, and I say what I think. I ain't going to say one thing off camera and another thing on camera. I will always say what I think. So many people I have met, including ex-players, will tell you one thing off camera, but then when they go on camera, they don't want to say that. Yeah, not me. I'll say what I think and always will do. And if people don't like it and they want to cry about it, tough. Thank you, Sufyan, for your donation, buddy. Appreciate that, mate. If the club started paying you to go to games and give you a free box, would you turn it down? Listen, I said the other night when Sonny did his podcast and he had Winterburn on it, and I see the comment on there saying that Nigel's not going to answer any questions on this season. Yeah, if he had said that to me before he was coming on this, I would have told him straight, you ain't coming on it. Yeah, why? What are you hiding? Why don't you want to ask a question about this season? Like, answer a question about this season. What are you protecting them from? What, you don't want to say something that might get you in trouble if it gets seen by the club. Why is that, Nigel? Because what? Because you lose a few perks. Yeah, that ain't for me, mate. I'll get people on this channel as and when, and if they ain't going to answer questions that I want to put to them, they ain't coming on here. It's as simple as that. So there we go. And if people don't like that, tough. Some of these comments. Arteta will destroy us. Well, I'm not sure whether he'd destroy us, mate. Listen, it was a risk giving him the job, wasn't it? Let's be honest. It was a big, big risk. But I've said this a couple of times on previous streams in the last couple of weeks. They've looked at Ole Gunnar Solskjaer at Man United. He has had the worst start of any Man United manager in a season ever since 1989. So that's what, 30 years? Yeah, 31 years. And why aren't the fans on his case? Because it's Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. So the Arsenal board knew that. Bear in mind, that's the same group of fans that hounded Jose Mourinho out of the club, by the way. Jose Mourinho that got him second with a dead team, won him the Europa League with a dead team, won him a League Cup with a dead team. They hounded him out of the club. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has proven the facts don't lie. He's doing a lot worse than Jose was doing. And they're not hounding him out of the club. So the Arsenal board have been very smart and gone, what do we do? Do we go and get a Jose who's going to demand money, demands that we back him and give him success and help him get success? Do we get an Allegri and take him out of his sabbatical? Or do we wait and just keep Emery and then get Allegri if you don't want to come now? Do we go and get Ancelotti? But then he fell out with the superstar at Madrid, didn't he? So, yeah, we can't really upset Mesut, can we? He'll go home crying every night. So they decided to go for the cheap and cheerful option that might turn out to be a masterstroke. But at the moment, it ain't. And people go, oh, it's too soon. It's too soon. Well, it ain't too soon, is it? He's had 7 games, which is 1/5 of a season. We've won 1. Freddie won us 1. And Unai Emery has won us 4. And then 4 came in the first 8. So, you know, since then, we've won 2 out of 17. Do you know what I'm saying? We've won 2 out of 17 games since the first 8 games of the season, where we had 4 wins. And when Jose took over at Tottenham, we were 5th. And they were way down in 14th. And if Ancelotti can go from 6 points behind us to 5 ahead of us inside 7 games, the same as Mikel Arteta, why can't we, when we've got a better squad than Everton? They've got Calvert-Lewin up front. Like, come on, the geezer's decent, but he ain't Aubameyang, is he? You know, and you know, I just look at it and I just find it funny when people say, give it time. No, why do we need to give it time? Like I said yesterday, Conte has taken Inter Milan from 21 points behind Juve last season and 4th to top of the table, and into the semis, I think it is, of the Italian Cup. Might be the quarters, either way. Yeah, they're in the Europa League, but they'll probably get further than us. Conte also took Chelsea from 10th to 1st. He also took Juve from 7th to 1st. So why are we waiting? What are we waiting for? Oh, let's believe in the process. What process? There is no process. There's no game plan. It's let's beg Mustafi to stay and buzz him up. And to be fair, he's done all right. Let's beg Granit Xhaka to stay instead of selling him when we had the chance in January. And no doubt, Henrik Mkhitaryan will come back with open arms and he'll be in the first team next season. Sorry, that ain't good enough. Yeah, ain't good enough. We've waited 15 years for what they sold us to come true. So why don't we just get on their case and demand better? Because I ain't sitting here going, oh, let's get 5th. We might get Champions League. 5th is 4th loser. Yeah, what we're getting in Champions League for? To get spanked by Bayern Munich every year? Not for me. I'd rather stay in the Europa League. At least we have a chance to win it. But there we go. What do I know? What do I know? I did see a comment earlier. I can't find it now, but the geezer was going, you know absolutely nothing about football. Well, there it is. You are not an Arsenal fan, says Mohammed Hussein. Mate, you are not an Arsenal fan. Well, firstly, Mohammed, I don't know how old you are, but I'm 38 in June. My surname, believe it or not, is actually Gunner. Never been changed by Deepole. That is genuine. So technically, my friend, I was born a Gunner, wasn't I? So you can pretend that I'm not an Arsenal fan, but that's probably because I've upset you, mate, because you don't agree with what I'm saying, which is fine. It's cool. But maybe you need to get out more if you get so triggered and upset by other people's opinions. It's kind of mad. You're not an Arsenal fan because I don't agree with you. Yeah, which is exactly why our fan base is full of fucking divs. It is full of divs because they all want paper over the cracks. Yeah, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. Arteta, back the process. No, demand better. Yeah, we're not a tin pot club, but we're being treated like we're tin pot. Yeah, and our fans don't help. Neither do our ex-players, like I've said. Yeah, the only ex-players that actually come out and say it as it is are Kevin Campbell. Big up Kevin Campbell, by the way. Tony Adams to a lesser degree, and Paul Merson. And people sit there laughing at Paul Merson. The geezer's more clued up than people think. He knows what's going on. He knows exactly what's going on. And guess what? He don't give a toss about some champagne lunch at the Emirates on match day. He couldn't care less. Yeah, but he cares about this club a lot more than a lot of our fans that sit online pretending everything's all right when it ain't all right. And until we rectify all of that, we're sadly going to be floating between 5th and 10th. But there we go. Emery is a dog shit manager, just like how Ozil is a shit player, says Shafi. I don't actually believe either of them are shit, by the way. Unai Emery was snaked by a lot of these players. And again, you've mentioned Ozil in there. Some of our fans online treated that as a success because Ozil outlasted Unai Emery. This is the same Mesut Ozil, by the way, that we paid £42 million for, however many years ago, too many years ago. And by the end of this current contract would have cost us, including fee and add-ons, image rights, wages, the lot, £153 million. And then people want to sit there and justify to me, I know you didn't, but people want to sit there and justify to me that this geezer's been worth every fucking penny. Are you mad? £153 million investment. Jose had his number time ago. He used to sub him after 60 minutes. Look at this guy. Mate, are you thick? Seriously, are you genuinely a retard, Lewis? Why are you being inconsistent? You're now actually saying you don't hate Ozil. Hypocrite. Are you dumb? Genuine question. Are you dumb? Go back to my man's comment a minute ago. I said I don't believe either of them are shit. They're clearly not shit if they're managing at the highest level and playing at the highest level. What part of that didn't you process in your pea brain, my friend? Jesus Christ. I swear down, some of you need to get out more. Listen, you're clearly not getting out tonight, are you, Lewis? Because you obviously ain't got a missus, mate. Like, Jesus Christ, mate. Maybe phone up dial-a-fuck or something. I don't know. Or put Pornhub on. I swear to God. Oh, dear, oh dear, oh dear. When my wife don't cook properly, I blame Wenger. Mate, I ain't even starting on him. We'll have a chilled one on him. Yeah. Would you take Malin back? Evening, Dante. Evening. Happy Friday, people, by the way. Happy Friday. Yeah, I would take Malin back because I think he's got a good future, mate. I think he's got a very good future. Unknown driller, Zoolander for captain. That's another thing. How anybody can genuinely, I know you're on a wind-up as well, I know you're only playing. How anyone can genuinely sit there and say, oh, we should give Hector Bellerin the captaincy. Well, why? What's he done to be a captain at Arsenal? Because he crouched down on one knee and consoled Maitland-Niles when we lost to Chelsea in the Europa League final. Fucking hell, mate. Is that the criteria to be captain now? Because he's done absolutely nothing. He ain't a captain. He's definitely not a captain. We ain't got a captain. We should have brought one, but we didn't. How long until Mustafi becomes our manager? Hi from Brazil. Thank you, K3. Evening to you. Have a good weekend, Lee, bro. Thank you, Abdi, and to you, mate. Happy Friday, legend. Thank you. See, this is the kind of content we like. Happy Friday, says Alex. Thank you, Alex. Big up, mate. Ex-hamster's good too. Are you up for a full body shave? Bro, believe it or not, the only hair I have on my body is on my legs, my arms, and my head. I don't do hair, man. I'm a clean and tidy person. I can't be having none of that, mate. Less is more. Evening, Seb. Hope you're well, mate. Yeah, we don't have a natural leader. Evening, Nico O'Connor from lovely New Zealand. Very nice country. Salmon, I'm very good, mate. I'm very good. At least we didn't buy a player. Oh, come on, mate. I can't read that out, bruv. I can't read that out. Come on. Let's keep the chat nice and clean. Let's keep it clean. Ozil to Spurs. Do you think Jose would take him? Because let's be real, he didn't really rate him that much at Real Madrid because he used to sub him all the time. Son or Sane. Evening, Nico Werner. Hope you're well. Son. I think he's class, sadly. It's a shame he plays for that lot. But I'd take Sane. But if you're giving me a choice of the two, Son all day long. All day long. Why do you call Bellerin Zoolander? Have you never watched the film? Football with Brownie. It's very good, mate. It was very sunny today, man. I was getting my tan game on today, laying by the pool with a little bit of garage music on my Mac. 22 degrees. Loving life on a Friday, man. It was real good today. So yeah, long may it continue. Do drive the likes up, subscribe if you're new as well, and don't forget my Facebook and Insta are in the description, so go and check them out. So that would be nice. And if you're not signed up to the memberships on the channel, fully go and do so. What are you waiting for? It's an absolute bargain. We do live streams closed off to members fortnightly for level 1, Q&A for level 2, and you get level 1. You get every tier that you're on, you get the one below, or if you're on the top one, you get both below. But I'm going to try and get someone on Monday for everyone. So So that'd be good. So if you want to sign up to memberships, the link is in the description. Mad amount of people signed up to that, by the way. So thank you to everybody who is. And yeah, it's going well so far. So thank you. What was I going to say? Where's that comment gone? Your t-shirt fits well. Thank you, mate. Oh, thank you, Gary. Listen, appreciate you purchasing it. You've just reminded me as well. Plug the merch that triggered so many people when I said I was bringing merch out. Unlucky, because it's now out. And you're not going to sell any. Well, Gary bought one, so thank you, Gary. That arrived today. He sent me that on an Instagram post as well. So thank you very much, mate. I'm glad it fits as well, which proves that the sizing's spot on. So thank you, mate. Thank you to Sergio Hernandez. You see, Aubameyang plays Fortnite. He's picked up Ozil's bad habits. Well, listen, Aubameyang's got the most expensive car in the Premier League, and I think he's got in a total haul of cars, he's actually got the most value in cars out of any player in the Premier League, which is pretty mad. But if that's what he likes, that's what he likes. If he wants to play Fortnite, it better not stop him scoring on the pitch, because if it does, then we'll go down the route with Mesut Ozil. Because obviously, now I'm winding you up. Before anyone goes, you're a hater. But there we go. Thank you to Flacco. I hope I got that right. 3,000, latest member to the channel. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate that. But yeah, as I was saying, thank you, Gary, for the shirt, for purchasing the shirt as well. And anybody who's in the chat, purchased off the website, it has been dispatched. It's all on its way, whether you're in America, South Africa, wherever it is you bought it from, it's on its way. If you are on level 3 on the membership, you get 20% off the merchandise as well. So ask me for the discount code on that and we'll hook you up. I'm going to do 3 more comments and I'm getting myself out of it because I still need to record another video, because even though it's a Friday night, I'm still working. I've had my rest and relaxation all day, so now I'm going to work and I'm going to do a video for tomorrow morning, which again, if you are a member, you will be getting in about an hour and a half. Once I've recorded it and sorted that out. The website for the merch is in the chat, in the description, mate. leagunnerworld.com. Go and check it out. What a beautiful day today with the news. Just to wrap up, anybody who's joined late, Man City have been banned for 2 seasons for Champions League. Let's all not get our knickers in a twist, because they are going to repeal it. And you never know. It might get overturned. I don't personally think it will. I think it'll be downgraded a little bit. But we shall see. We shall see what happens. But it means absolutely nothing for us, because we ain't going to finish 5th, let alone 4th. So yeah, there we go. Let's do a few more. Mohammed's still watching. Mohammed, didn't you get the hint a minute ago? Come on. Lee, come on, stop, mate. You are a hater. Mate, can I just say something, right? I am not a hater, my friend. Yeah, today I got up. I'm gonna. In fact, I might start doing vlogs. Yeah, because you lot seem to think I've got so much hate and anger stuck inside me. I might start vlogging my day. It'll literally be a tripod set up with my camera on it, my phone on it, outside on the swimming pool out there, with me just laying like that with my skinny body out, coming back inside to get a rum and coke and walking back out again, coming in, having some grub, and then doing a stream, having a dump. Speaking to the missus. I've got no hate in me whatsoever, mate. I'm chilled. I've been chilled ever since I moved to Spain, which was the 1st of November. Level 4 gets a season ticket from Lee. You're a joker, man. You're a joker. I see you put that on the community post earlier. But there we go. But yeah, I might start doing vlogs. I might start doing that. I might do that come summertime. But we shall see. We shall see what happens. Thank you to Sufyan for upgrading. Go on, my guy. Upgraded to level 3 as well. Top man. Thank you, mate. And thank you to AD240p Charlie. Where did you come up with that name, my friend? Why don't you just call yourself Charlie? But thank you, mate, for your donation from lovely Sweden. I've been to Sweden. I froze my tits off watching us play against Östersund. I don't like Ozil, but he was right about China. Arsenal FC don't care about human rights as long as they get those China bucks. Well, listen, I don't genuinely know enough to comment on what's going on in China. about what Ozil was talking about. I see the headline. I haven't read much of it. I've read little bits, but I don't really get it all, if I'm honest. So probably best not to comment, because I'll probably have my channel shut down or something for saying something I probably shouldn't have said. So, so yeah, there we go. There we go. But I am going to do a couple more comments, and we're going to get out of it, because I do need to record this video, like I said. So yeah. But yeah, it's been a long 2 weeks, isn't it, until we have this game, and I'm hoping that they've actually put some grafting in that training camp over in Dubai, because if they haven't, we're going to come unstuck again. And I think that Newcastle have had, I think I see it earlier, Newcastle have had, in the 5 leagues, top leagues in Europe, they've had the least amount of possession on average per game of 39.8%. So we're going to dominate possession, which means they're probably going to park the bus, and we'll probably draw. Draw FC. Lee, never stop. I need you like I need underpants. Bro, there wasn't once upon a time, Les One More, that I used to go commando quite a lot, my friend. I'm not going to tell you the story of how that came around, by the way. It's not the one. It'll put you off your dinner. I'm very good, DJ Fury. I hope you're well, mate. You always ask me every day, man. It's kind of nice, so thank you. I hope you've had a good day, buddy. Let's do a couple more. Who wears underwear anymore? Exactly. You never know who you're going to bump into. We have more drawers than IKEA. There you go. I won't sleep now. Thanks, bruv. Hey, bruv, trust me, Adam. Yeah, if I told you the story about how I ended up starting to go commando, mate, you will have nightmares. So we're not going to go down that route now. Maybe one day I'll tell you on a private stream, a members stream or something. But listen, all have a wonderful Friday night. Like I said, if you are a member, it doesn't matter what level you want, 1, 2 or 3. I do appreciate it. And I will be recording the video for tomorrow morning, the Premier League series I'm doing. That'll be out in about an hour and 20 minutes, hour and a half maybe. You get that straight away, and it'll be scheduled in for 7 o'clock on public. So thank you very much. All have a wicked Friday. And I will be back tomorrow, as usual, 7 o'clock, like I said. And I will be doing, I don't know whether to do a combined 11, because I don't think there's many players that are getting it in our team from there. I might have a little think about it. John Joe Shelby might get in our midfield. But there you go. And I will be doing a preview for the game tomorrow as well. So make sure you keep your eyes peeled for that. And then normal procedure on Sunday, watch along settings with Chig and that. So thank you. Have a wicked evening. Laters, peeps.